have great news. Incredible news. But first, listen to me play the song. 3, 4. With the bells on south is a lonely moon. I don't actually have good news. I mean, I do have good news, but you don't care. I have a fresh packet of orange salt element electrolyte powder. Not a sponsor, but that doesn't mean I can't pretend that they're a sponsor. Brought to you by Stuart Alexander Lehman-brown, putting element electrolyte powder into his regular tap water. Guys, if you had $100, how much element electrolyte powder would you buy? Not a sponsor. Speaking of not a sponsor, Black Star is not a sponsor. It tastes good. What do you want me to say? Not a sponsor. Scar Tissues by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. My name is Stuart Alexander Lehman-brown. People of the world, friends and relatives, let's learn this song. It's a pretty fun song. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, I suppose. Would you please be in standard tuning? Play the 8th fret on the 2nd string from the top with your pointer finger. Play the 10th fret on the 2nd string from the bottom with your ring finger. 8 second from the top, 10 second from the bottom. Here's the deal though. We want every other string to be muted. So the tip of my pointer finger is touching the top string and muting it. Also, my pointer finger is not barring, but just leaning down and touching the middle 2 strings and muting them. And this like part of my pointer finger right here is touching the bottom string. So even though I'm only pushing on 2 strings, if I strum all 6 strings, it sounds like this. That's like the sound we want, just those 2 notes. Now here's the deal. Getting those strings muted like that is going to be a bit frustrating at first. Just be patient with yourself. If you don't have all the strings muted right away, it's still going to be fine. It's just not going to be ideal. I was going to say pristine, but that's the wrong word. Pristine, pristine, going to the jeans. I just wrote a song called Pristine. It's about going to the jeans, apparently. Sorry. I don't think this is gonna work today, sorry. You've got your pointer finger and your ring finger on the proper strings, ready to go. You're gonna use a pick. It sounds kind of like it could be a finger picking song, but it is not. It is a picking song. Guys, you're gonna play the 2nd string from the top, plucking down. Then you're gonna pause for a minute and you're gonna play the 2nd string from the bottom, plucking up. So it's just down, up. Play it with me nice and easy. Boom, bah, great. Then there's a shorter pause. You go back to the 2nd string from the top and pluck down. And then there is no pause at all, and you play 2nd string from the bottom, plucking up. So it's just boom, ba, boom, ba. Let's practice that part. Boom, ba, boom, ba. I messed up, guys. Bing, bong, binky. We need like code names for these 2 strings because we're gonna go back and forth between these 2 strings a lot. And I wanna be able to like yell out which string we're playing. I mean, I suppose we could just say A and B because those are the names of the strings, but that's boring. Let's call the 2nd string from the top Sha and the 2nd string from the bottom Shank. So far we're going Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank. 1, 2, here we go. Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank. Then, with no pausing whatsoever, we're gonna go Sha, Shank, Sha again. So it's Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha. Here we go. Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha. Repeat with me. Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha. Hoo. Ha! Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha. Great job! Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha. Bing, bong. Okay, we're making very good progress here. So we just went Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha, Shank, Sha. Then there's a little teeny pause. You slow down a little bit and you play Shank again. And then we have to change our finger configuration over here. You're gonna put your pointer finger on 8 of the top string, put your ring finger on 9 of the third string from the bottom. 8 on top, 9 third string from the bottom. You still want to mute all the other strings. So it should be 8 on top, and then muted, muted, 9, muted, muted. You're going to go ahead and just strum it. You're going to strum these 2 notes together, then strum those 2 again, and then here's the weirdest part of the song. You're going to slide your hand up, but you're going to slide your fingers different amounts. Your ring finger is going to slide from 9 up to 10, but your pointer finger is going to slide from 8 up to 10. So they both end up on 10, but it's a little, you kind of have to twist your hand a little bit when you do it. So it's, let's play that, here we go. One more time, watch it snow. That's great, now we can stop. All right, let's play it from the beginning. 1, 2, nice and slow. And shaw, shank, shaw, shank, shaw, shank, shaw, shank, That was good, let's slow it down a little bit. And shaw, shank, shaw, shank, shaw, shank, shaw, shank, slide. How'd you do? Let's do it one more time. Shaw, shank, shaw, shank, shaw, shank, shaw, shank, and slide. Great job. Okay, now we're gonna bounce back. Keep your hand on 10 on the top and 10 on the third string from the bottom. We're gonna bounce back and forth between these 2 notes a bit. Do we want more code names for these notes? How about HUD sucker proxy? We're not gonna have code names. You're just gonna, whatever, it's fine. All right, so we just slid up, play the third string from the bottom, plucking up, and then immediately go to the top string, plucking down, then go back to the third string from the bottom, then back to the top, then back to the third string from the bottom, and then back to the top. So that was like this, look. Do it with me. After you do that, boom, 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 then you're gonna play the third string from the bottom again, and then slide down to 9. Immediately after you slide from 10 to 9 with your ring finger on the third string from the bottom, take your pointer finger and play 8 on the top string. So here's what just happened. We were on 8 and 9, strum, strum again, slide up to 10 and 10, then you're gonna play third from the bottom, top string, third from the bottom, top string, third from the bottom, top string, then go back to third string from the bottom, slide down to 9, and then play 8 on the top string. In rhythm, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and slide. Boom, baka, baka, boom, baki, boom. Foot. Guys, practice just that part with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strum, slide, HUD, sucker, proxy. Great, you did an amazing job. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Are you ready to play the whole entire riff? 1, 2, from the tippy time, tippy top. You're doing great. What do you say we slow it down and do it one more time for old time's sake? 1, 2, nice and slow, watch me grow. Boom, ba, Shawshank, 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 and Hudsucker Proxy. You're doing so well. You've learned the main riff. I'm so proud of you for subscribing to the channel. Guys, after you play that main riff once, then you do the riff again, but with a little variation. Check it out. You start it off exactly the same. Put your pointer finger on 8, ring finger on 10. We're gonna do some Shawshanks, you guys. We're gonna go Shawshank, 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 Shawshank. So we're doing 4 Shawshanks total, but the rhythm is a little bit different. It's Shawshank, 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 Shawshank. Hey, Shawshank, 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 Shawshank. Do it with me. Shawshank, 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 Shawshank. Great. Now we're actually going to do one final Shawshank, but for this last Shawshank, oh my goodness, I've said Shawshank a lot of times today. Get rid of your ring finger and put your middle finger on 8 of the 2nd string from the bottom. Shawshank. I missed completely. I missed the shank. Guys, in the comments, how often do you miss the shank? 1, 2, play with me. And Shawshank, 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 Shawshank. Shawshank, 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 Shawshank. Hey, Shawshank, 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 Shawshank. I do feel like I've made a terrible mistake by choosing the syllables Shaw and Shank for this because it's getting increasingly difficult to say. After you do that, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna have your pointer finger on 8 of the top string. You're gonna have put your ring finger on 9 of the 3rd string from the bottom. This is that same chord we did before. You're gonna strum this, slide up to 10 and 10, just like we did before. Then there's a big long pause, and then you're gonna put your ring finger on 12 of the 3rd string from the bottom, and your pointer finger on 10 of the 3rd string from the bottom. That's right, they're on the same string. You're gonna play that 3rd string from the bottom, then pull off with your ring finger. Keep your pointer finger there pushing, but your ring finger, you play, and then you kind of flick your finger off the string like that, and then you're just gonna play that 12 again and pull it off again. So it goes just like that. Bingo, bingo. Guys, we've completed the introduction to the song Scar Tissue by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Let's play the entire intro all the way through. It's gonna be a disaster. 1, 2, very slowly. Shawshank, 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 and slide. Oh! Shawshank. 2, oh, you're starting to get a feel for it. You want to do it one more time? Okay, I suppose I have time to do it one more time. 1, 2, kaleidoscope poo time. Not happy with that. Shoot, darn. Oh! Who can name all the members of Red Hot Chili Peppers? I can. Anthony Kiedis, John Frusciante, Flea, Chad Smith. Knew it. People of the world, friends and relatives, if you are starting to feel somewhat comfortable playing what we just learned, that intro main riff, then guess what? You're like 90% of the way to just knowing this entire song. There are a couple other sections to learn, and there are some variations of that main riff, but they're a piece of pie compared to what you've already accomplished here today. What do you say we learn the first verse? I think that sounds like a really good idea. The first verse starts off with the first half of the intro. You just go sha, shank, boom, get boom, get boom, get, Hudsucker Proxy. It's literally the first part of every single verse is exactly the same as the first half of the intro. So now you know. Now you know. If you would like to take the easy way out, there's always my way. You could just play that riff twice for every verse and just be happy with it. But Let me show you the little variation he does for the second half of the first verse. And when I say he, I mean John Frusciante, the guitarist from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, RHCP for short. Guys, here's what you're gonna do. You play that first part exactly the same, like I've said 18,000 times already. Then you start it a second time. You go. So that was like sha, shank, sha, shank, sha, shank, sha. Then, instead of playing shank again in the normal spot, you're gonna play 8 on the bottom string. Then there's a tiny little pause. Then you're gonna play 8 on the top string with your middle finger and 8 on the second string from the bottom with your ring finger. Mute all the other strings, strum this, then strum it again, and then slide up to 10. With both fingers. So that was a little weird. Check it out. It's... I don't know how to play it. Never mind. Never mind. Going home. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I added a little bit at the end there. So we were on 8 on the top, 8 on the second string from the top. Strum, strum, slide. Then you're gonna play the top string twice, and then you play 10 on the second string from the bottom, plucking up. Then you play 12 on the third string from the bottom, plucking up. Then play 10 on the third string from the bottom, plucking up. Then play 9 on the third string from the bottom, plucking up. So that was... Play that with me and slide. Top, top, 10, 12, 10, 9. A little bit slower. Slide. Top, top, 10, 12, 10, 9. One more time. Karate chop, pizza pie. We have completed the first verse to the song. Are you ecstatic? Are you thrilled beyond all measurable belief systems that you currently hold in what you thought you understood about the universe? Let's play the whole first verse all the way through. 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom, ba, sha, shank, sha, shank, sha, sha. Get ready. I have to say something. This is throughout the rest of the song. Every verse goes like this. The first half of the verse is the first half of the intro, just that main riff. Then the second half of each verse starts off the same, but then John Frusciante does whatever little fill he feels like. If you listen to him play it live, he usually does different fills each time. So I have one more fill to show you, and then the rest of it I'm just gonna leave up to you and the universe and John Frusciante and maybe Anthony Kiedis if he has anything to say about it. But I don't know. Can't quite wrap my head around the way that Anthony Kiedis' mind works. I can't tell if he's being funny or being serious most of the time in interviews. I think he's lived a rough life, but also an extremely privileged life. Complicated human being. Before we learn the final verse fill that I'm going to show you, we're going to move on to the chorus, because that's actually the part of the song we're at right now anyway. We did the intro, which was those 2 times through the riff. Then we did the first verse, which was those 2 times through the riff. And then now, time for the chorus. Guys, starts off with an F chord. I usually play it as a bar chord, but John Frusciante plays it as a thumb chord, I'm pretty sure. I'll show you both ways. Let me show you the bar chord way first. Pointer finger plays the first fret on the top string. Then you just mash your pointer finger down onto the first fret of all 6 strings. But here's the secret. You don't really need to push on these middle strings. We just need the top string and the bottom 2 strings. So just with your knuckle here, really push against the bottom 2 strings. You're gonna be fine. Then take your ring finger, put it on 3 of the second string from the top. Put your pinky on 3 of the third string from the top. Put your middle finger on 2 of the third string from the bottom. This is the F bar chord. If you would like to use your thumb instead of barring with your pointer finger, here's what you do. Get rid of your pointer finger. Keep these 3 fingers in the same spot. have your thumb come up and play the first fret on the top string, and then you kind of actually still need to bar a little bit, so it's kind of a whole waste of everything. Take your pointer finger and mash it down onto the first fret of the bottom 2 strings. F thumb chord, F bar chord. They both work great. They sound literally exactly the same. So I just vote for you doing whatever is easiest for you. Except that's not entirely true, because there might be one that seems easier right now, but with just a little bit of practice, the other one could be easier. So, okay, I take it back. Instead of doing the one that's easiest for you, do the one that you think seems like it would be the coolest way to do it. Great. Okay, on this F chord, you're gonna strum this rhythm. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Listen here. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down with your ears. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You're doing great. Then there's a tiny little pause, and we're going to switch to a C bar chord. I know, there's bar chords. What do you want me to say? Pointer finger plays 3 on the 2nd string from the top. Ring finger plays 5, 3rd string from the top, and then mash down onto the 3rd string from the bottom and 2nd string from the bottom with your ring finger. You also may use 3 fingers there like that, but if you want it, you were only gonna do 1 strum of this chord. We just need to touch it and then move on. I would just use your ring finger because it's gonna end up being a lot faster. So now we've got down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, pause, C. Play it with me, guys. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, pause, Then we go to a D minor bar chord. Pointer finger plays 5 on the 2nd string from the top and then mashes down onto the bottom 5 strings. Pointer finger plays 6 on the 2nd string from the bottom. Ring finger plays 7 on the 3rd string from the top. Pinky plays 7 on the 3rd string from the bottom. Get your pinky like tucked right underneath your ring finger where the nail of your pinky is pushing up against the bottom of your ring finger like that. D minor bar chord, you're gonna strum down, then there's a pause, and then you're gonna strum down, up, down, down, up, down. Ah, shoot, darn it. Yeah, that was it. It was down and down, up, down, down, up, down. Hey, down, down, up, down, 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 And then instead of saying, what you're actually gonna do is strum that C chord again. That is the chorus. Look, I'm gonna play the whole chorus all the way through for you, starting from the F. 1, 2, here we go. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, rest, C, D, down, up, down, down, C, F, down, up, down, down, rest, C, D, and down, down, C, F. Let's go ahead and play that all the way through twice, very slowly. 1, 2, and an F chord. You're a fool. Down, down, up, down, up, down, rest, C, D, and down, up, down, C, back to F, down, up, down, rest, C, D, down, up, shoot. Darn it, I messed up. I started strumming the D too soon. I do that all the time. No one understands. I tell them and they say, Stuart, you're doing fine. I say, no, I strummed the D minor chord too soon and I'm not looking for your approval or your sympathy. I'm just yelling about the D minor chord and I just want you to listen. And then they say, okay, what can I do to help? And I go, you don't understand. My life is over. Your life is over. We're all gonna die. There's an asteroid coming. So for the first chorus, you just play that through twice, like we just did. You just do F, C, D minor, C, F, C, D minor, C, done. Done with the first chorus. On to the second verse. Second verse, if you'll recall, starts off exactly the same as the first verse and as the introduction. We just go sha, shank, sha, shank, sha, shank, sha, shank, and slide. Hudsucker proxy. Great. Then, for the second time through the riff, in the second verse, it goes like this. You go, start off the same, sha, shank, sha, shank, sha, shank, sha. And then you're gonna go to 10 on the bottom string. And then you play 8 on the bottom string. Then put your middle finger on the 8th fret of the top string and your ring finger on the 8th fret of the second string from the bottom, just like we did before. Mute all the other strings, strum it, and then slide both fingers up to 10, just like we did before. Then play the top string twice. Then play 13 on the bottom string, then 12 on the bottom string, then 10 on the bottom string, and then 13 on the second string from the bottom. So that was... Play it with me and slide. Top, 13, 12, 10, 13. 1, 2, one more time. Okay. Let's play the entire second verse all the way through. So we're gonna do the regular way through the riff, and then that new version of the riff with the little fill with the 13 and the 1, 2. Here we go. Sha, shank, sha, shank, sha, shank, sha, shank, boom, boom, down. Here we go. So fresh and so cool. Then we go to the second chorus. The second chorus is exactly the same as the first chorus, except instead of playing the chords twice through, we play it 3 times through. That's all there is to it. Let's practice the chorus once right now, just so you get a little bit more practice with those bar chords. Nice and slow. 1, 2, chorus. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, rest. C, down, down, up, down, up, down, C, F, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, rest. C, D, and down, up, down, up. One more time. Oh. Shoot, darn it, I messed up. Aren't you proud of me for not freaking out quite as much that time? Like that time I messed up the D chord, but I didn't claim that we were all gonna die from like a global, what's it called when every single creature on Earth dies? A mass extinction event. Guys, in the comments, what's your favorite mass extinction event? After the second chorus, we go to the first little tiny baby little solo. John Frusciante plays it with a slide. You're never gonna believe it, but I don't have a slide with me. So I'm gonna show you the notes, and then I am gonna give you a couple slide pointers, but again, don't have a slide with me. So very lazy teaching here. I could just wait and film this tomorrow when I have my slide with me, but no, I better get it done now without a slide. Would you please play for me? It's all on the B string, the second string from the bottom, the shank string. You're gonna play 13 on the second string from the bottom. Play 13 and then slide down to 10. So we're going 13, 10. Then, and when you get to 10, I go ahead and I pluck it again. I go, bow, bow. Then you wait for a very long time. Then you play 10 again and slide down to 8. Then you play 8 again and slide up to 10. Bow, bow. Then you go like this. Play 10 and slide up to 12. Then play 12 and slide up to 13. Like that. Guys, so much fun. So that was just 13, 10, then you wait a really long time. 10, 8, 2, 3, 8, 10, 10, 10. Now, I'm so beautiful with the way I explain these things. If you're using a slide, here's what I do, guys. I put the slide on either my ring finger or my pinky. I don't put it on pointer or middle. I think that's for fools and cowards and traitors. Then what I do is so with the slide, this is a waste of time. Don't push on the strings with the slide. Just touch the strings with the slide. Like the weight of the slide just resting against the strings is all you need. But you do want to try to keep it pretty flat against the strings. But now here's the big tip. If you have, let's say you have the slide on your ring finger. You want to take your pointer finger and middle finger and rest those on the strings right behind the slide. So the slide is touching with the ring finger. Pointer and middle are just resting on the strings. If you don't have these fingers resting, you get this really like rattly sound as you move around. But if you have these two string fingers resting here, and that's a game changer when it comes to using a slide. The other thing about the slide is when you get to your destination note, you can't be like in the middle of the fret. You have to be hovering right over the actual metal fret. Also, you notice how when people use a slide, they're doing that little like wiggly thing. It sounds good. It adds like some expressiveness to the sound, but more importantly, the wiggliness makes it so that if you're not totally in tune with the note, it kind of covers it up. Because if you just stop and you're not in the exact right spot, it can sound kind of out of tune. But if you wiggle it a little bit, no one can really tell if you're in tune. Okay, I'm probably going to edit all that out of the video because it was a waste of everybody's time. So after that first little solo, then you go into the third verse. The third verse is the same as the other verses. You play the main riff once, then you play the main riff again with a little fill. Just choose one of the fills you've already done and use that one. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Then you go to the third chorus. The third chorus is exactly the same as the first chorus. You just play through the F, D minor chord progression those times. That's Spanish for two. Surprised you didn't know that. Then we go to the fourth verse, exactly the same as the other verses. Great, fantastic. Then we go to the fourth chorus, which is the same as the second chorus, which means you play through the chord progression 3 times. Trey, that's the drummer from Green Day. Then we get to the second solo, which is similar to the first solo, but it's longer. Guys, go to 15 on the B string, the shank string. You're going to just slide up to 15, then play 15 again and slide down to 13. Then play 13 again and slide down to 10. Then play 10 again and slide down to 8. And then, shoot, what happens? I don't know. I wrote down notes for myself, but this doesn't make any sense at all. It's such a disaster. You're a disaster, right? Okay, I got it all figured out. It goes like this. That's the first part. Let's learn it. So, you slide up to 15. Then, all in quick succession, you play 15, slide down to 13. Then play 13, slide down to 10. Then play 10, slide down to 8. And then play 8 one more time. Let's play that first part together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, bow, bow, 10, 10, 8, and then you play 13, slide down to 10. All of that all together. Here we go. 15, 15, 13, 10, 10, 8, 13, 10. Then there's a long pause. Slide from 13 up to 15 again. Then play 17, 13, slide down to 10. So that was ba, bam, bam. Then play 13 again and slide down to 8. Then play 13 again and slide to 10. So that part there was 17, 13, 10, 13, 8, 13, 10, and then you play 15, slide up to 17, then slide up to 18. And that's it. That's a whole solo. Let's play that whole solo all the way through. 1, 2, this is so much fun. And 15, 15, 13, 10, 2, 3, 10, 8, 8, 13, 10, on, 2, 3, then up to 15, 17, 13, 10, 2, 3, 13, 8, 2, 3, 13, 10, then 15, 17, 18. So good. I love teaching and playing solos. It's so much fun. After that, you go to the 5th verse, which is the same as the other verses. Then you go to the 5th chorus. The 5th chorus is you play the chords all the way through 3 times. Then we go to the actual guitar solo ending. Here's the deal. I'm not going to teach it to you because I don't want to, and because John Frusciante does it differently every time, and there's nothing like, I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. So instead, I'm going to take the easy way out, and I'm going to show you the scale that you can use. What a cop-out. You guys, we're going to learn how to play the scale that fits with this song all on the B string, because I think he just slides around on the B string, so check it out. This is called the D Dorian scale, but you do not need to remember that. Please play 3 on the B string. It's all on the B string, 2nd string from the bottom, the shank string. Please play 3, and then 5, and then 6, and then 8, and then 10, and then 12, and then 13, and then 15, and then 17, and then 18. That was it. Do you have it memorized? 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, 17, 18, and you just make stuff up. Oh, here's another tip when you're using the slide. Put like delay and reverb on your guitar. It covers up a lot of mistakes. It's really, 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 really good. 2 nights ago, I had a dream. There was like a zombie apocalypse sort of thing, and I was up on the top floor of a skyscraper, but none of the zombies could get in, so I was safe, and there was a bunch of food, but then the building started on fire, and then I woke up.